Hello friends, today I'm going to talk to you about homeopathy. Homeopathy is a scam in which sugar and water are sold as real medicine. Not to be confused with naturopathy, which uses herbs that can actually sometimes have a small effect. No, homeopathy is based on two rules that I will explain to you in just the same way that a homeopath would. I am not making these up. Rule number one is like cures like. So for instance, let's say you forgot to wash those vegetables you got from the market. There was a bit of fecal matter in it and you got E. coli. According to homeopathy, the cure for that is to consume more fecal matter. That would cure your E. coli. But wait, there's more. Rule number two is that the more dilute something is, the stronger it is as a remedy, the more effective it is. So you shouldn't just consume fecal matter, that would be silly. You should take a tiny bit, you should dilute it in a glass of water. You should shake it up, take a drop of that water, and then drop it in a swimming pool. Mix that up, take a drop of that, drop it in the ocean, mix that up, and now you are well on your way to creating an effective homeopathic remedy. Of course, by that point, there is no single atom left of the original fecal matter you dropped in, but that doesn't matter because according to homeopathy, water can actually remember substances that were put in it. So the water remembers the fecal matter being in it, even though there's not a single atom of it left. Which of course brings up a whole lot of questions about sewage water and such, but let's not dwell on those. The point is that homeopathy is complete and utter bunk. The FDA is supposed to regulate homeopathic remedies that you see sold in stores, but the problem is that all they're looking for is whether or not there are any ingredients in the remedy that could actively harm a person. And of course there aren't. In most homeopathic remedies, it's nothing but sugar and water, which can't really harm you. But it can harm you if, for instance, you decide to take a drug, a homeopathic drug, instead of real medicine. Let's say you have cancer and you decide that you'd rather get a homeopathic treatment instead of going to a real doctor. Well, at that point, homeopathic remedies can cause a great deal of harm. But the FDA is happy to stamp approved on items simply because they don't actively hurt you by taking them. There are a lot of groups that have protested against things like this. 1023 campaign was really big in the UK and also spread a bit elsewhere. And now, next week, I believe a week from today, CFI is organizing campus groups across the US to protest and petition the FDA and purveyors of homeopathy. So I'll include the link in the doobly-doo. Go ahead and check it out and find out if there's a campus group near you that's organizing something. If there isn't one, then you can start one. There's information there for you to contact CFI so you can help out. You can also sign petitions or help just by spreading the word. And hopefully we can eventually get the FDA to take real action against remedies being peddled in the US. One other thing before I go, speaking of CFI, I'm going to be at one of their conferences coming up next weekend, SciCon in New Orleans. It's going to be a lot of fun. My fellow presenters include people like Steve Novella, James Randi, Paul Offit, Jeannie Scott, Bill Nye, Phil Plait, Richard Saunders, and many, many more. And because it's Halloween weekend, there's going to be a costume contest, which I'm very excited about.